The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2.
Try to tell y'all, man.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 0
Finally,
and
TD's right about
2
something. Who
for the first time
he's gonna run with
in
it.
the Andy Reid era. Again, no pass rush, trouble offensively, no offensive line. They can't run the football. Are the Chiefs officially done? Are the Chiefs officially done? They're sitting in the basement right now of the AFC West. Schedule doesn't get any easier for the next couple of games. I don't know. Thoughts on this? What does this tell you? And so I also thought it was funny when Chris Jones was talking shit to Jalen Hurts. And he goes, oh, well, this man barely threw 100 yards. And he goes, we won the effing game, though, didn't we, man? You know what I mean? So it's
Shut
clear
up.
Chris
We won the
Jones is
game.
upset. TD, thoughts on this? Go ahead and take your victory laps. The Chiefs are 0-2. Is this something that was expected? And do you think that they hold this similar energy all season long? Go ahead.
No, it ain't over for them. I mean, they're still going to win some games. It's still a good team, but I still believe that Patrick Mahomes isn't what people think. He is a great improviser. Teams play him different now. Cover 2. That way, hey, eliminate the deep ball. He still finds a way to get one up a game, but it's a whole lot less than the early career Patrick Mahomes that'll get you with 3 to 4 of them every game downfield from improvising. Now it's only one. It's always just one. It's like one big time shot downfield, whether it connects or not, because teams are playing that now. And then they're also trying to contain him in his improvisation. Hey, make sure that we may not even really come to attack him to sack, but we want to try our best to keep him in the pocket. You force Patrick Mahomes to stay in that pocket and not improvise and be just a structured quarterback, then you start to ask yourself, can he actually process at an elite level? We just automatically assume that he could because everything works. But most of the time, all his flair comes from the improvisation. And I used to tell people this, oh, you hating on Mahomes. He's a great quarterback because of his improvisation. There ain't no, well, I ain't going to say there ain't nobody greater, but he does it so well. But just sitting in the pocket playing quarterback, he has his flaws like everybody else. Like, well, not everybody else. Joe Burrow ain't got no flaws in the pocket, in my opinion. But anyway, Josh Allen, well, Josh Allen is more consistent these days, to be quite honest with you, which is a good thing for him. But he ain't perfect. But Josh Allen is consistent in the pocket, though. It's just some guys that are better in the pocket than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen shows the whole package where you don't question anything. But Mahomes, we've been so enamored by his improvisational throws and the playmaking ability that we never took the time to stop and evaluate his presence in a pocket, evaluating the field. I keep telling people this. Everybody, oh, you done lost your mind. He's not elite in that area. He's above average, but it's not elite. And that's all you got to do. Cover 2. Keep him in that pocket to where he can stretch everything out. And let's see who he is. And in those moments, he's a above average to good quarterback, which ain't bad. You're going to lose to him when you allow him to improvise. Look at the play down the field, going deep. Got out of the pocket, improvising. This is what I'm talking about. So the Chiefs will be all right, though. They're still coached well. They're still a good team. They'll start rattling off some wins. But, it's going to become harder and harder as teams start to learn how to play Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They do need a big-time weapon that could take some attention off of trying to stay in that structure. They need another weapon. They really do. And I'm telling you now, I already know we might actually do see that reunion in week 6, 7, or 8 with Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City. And I think they're going to be right back to being electric because now that simple cover 2, Tyreek going to take both of them back there. And now you got the middle of the field where Travis Kelce can just eat and it can get back to what it used to be because now you've been forced to adjust. You don't really have that guy that puts the fear of God into everybody on defense like Tyreek Hill does.
Good God. Richie, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear one mention of, in my opinion, the play that lost them the game, that changed the entire outlook of it, which was Travis Kelce dropping it and the Eagles picking it off at the goal line. Mm-hmm. The Kansas City Chiefs, if I'm correct, they were trailing by 4 at that time? or they were down by one possession. I think it was either 3 or 4 points, and they were at the goal line. And instead of Travis Kelce doing what he's done his entire career, catching that ball, hitting him in his hands, and walking in for a touchdown, the Chiefs take the lead. Instead, it's an Eagles turnover, and then they march down the field and get a tush push in. That right there was the swing of everything you can possibly imagine that lost the Kansas City Chiefs that game. I don't know what's going on with Travis Kelce, but that right there lost them the game. Yes, there's nuances, and you can nitpick certain plays they could have had back, absolutely. But that right there, when you watch the game and you see that play happen, you're like, yep, that's it. Like, there's no way they're coming back from that. You can't make that mistake in the red zone at the goal line like that. Travis Kelce is an absolute shell of what he once was. And also, I mean, Patrick Mahomes now is the running game. Like, where's their running? Where's Isaiah Pacheco? Like, what's going on with the run game? There's no running threat on that offense. Patrick Mahomes, 2 straight games of him leading the Kansas City Chiefs rushing. That's not a recipe for success. You're going to lose games that way. It's that simple. And the Philadelphia Eagles do what the Philadelphia Eagles do best. They win games in ways where it's not pretty. It's ugly. You don't need to be dominant in this league. It's all about wins and losses, nothing else. Jalen Hurts, 101 passing yards. That's all he needed to do to get the job done. Saquon Barkley, ground and pound, 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. And I agree. Xavier Worthy going down the first game. Rashee Rice being suspended. Hollywood Brown, I think, left the game with an injury. They do not have anybody that poises that vertical threat, which what makes the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes offense so lethal in years past. They don't have that anymore. So now Patrick Mahomes has to do so much more, and he's not capable of doing it. And going up against the Philadelphia Eagles at home, they had a chance to kind of get their season back on track, but nope, they lose 20-17. And now the Philadelphia Eagles are cruising their way to being that dominant force in the NFL. But man, Travis Kelce injured his own player week 1, and now has that costly turnover. Well, it wasn't a turnover on him. Obviously, it was Mahomes that gets the turnover, but that costly mistake that really cost him the game. Because if Kelce caught that ball for the touchdown, that doesn't guarantee the Chiefs would have won the game. But right there, I mean, you can just give the Eagles the game. You cannot have a costly turnover in a tight matchup like that in a critical moment in the fourth quarter, in the red zone. That's right there was the biggest turnover that won the Eagles the game, in my opinion. So, Eagles 2-0, Chiefs 0-2, and it's going to be a long, bumpy road for the Chiefs to get back on track because you look at the AFC West, tonight it's either the Chargers or Raiders win, the Broncos lost, which is good for the Chiefs, but that AFC West division is as competitive as it's been in a long time, and the Chiefs are the ones that are looking up at everybody else.
I just want to give a little bit of credit, though. It's important for us to put some context, too, behind that turnover that happened in the end zone. The reason why I didn't bring it up, because it was just a heck of a play by the defender, too. Travis Kelce, soon as the ball touched his hand to catch it, the defender on the backside took that arm and just yanked it, and it plopped up. He tried to fight through it, and it plopped up. That's great defense, too. Like, you literally timed it perfectly where it's not a pass interference. You literally, he right when it touched his hand, you yank that arm, and he's fighting against the yank, and it plops the ball up. Then you got another defender right there as a gift. That's great defense. That's what the Eagles do. They have guys like that to make plays like that. But here's my thing too, Richie. Say the Chiefs would have scored right there. It still doesn't negate what the Eagles did on the very next drive. Imposed their will all the way down the field.
Well, they returned it into their territory.
Yeah, but what happened as a result?
The tush push, which, by the way, was another conversation that should have been called for a false start.
On the tush push?
Yeah, did you see that?
Oh, I didn't know.
The whole Eagles offensive line is like moving a half second before the ball snapped, and they're not even calling it. The Eagles, if they keep doing what they did, it's going to get banned because they're doing it a little bit illegally, in my opinion. Where,
but that's on the refs to call it then. The refs got to call it.
I know, it is, but like if they keep getting away with it, like that, because now that it's getting, maybe they've been doing this. I don't know. We're seeing these close-ups because the Eagles' offensive line is literally lunging forward before the ball's even snapped, which was crazy. So, yeah, I agree, but it's also you don't know, right? If the Chiefs got that touchdown and they have a lead, that's going to be the first time that Chiefs defense has a lead to protect. And who knows what would have happened. The Chiefs still could have lost the game for all we know.
And they could have won it. They could have won that game off of that. You're right. It's just that tush push,
Like,
I don't think it's
all
going
I'm
to ever get
saying
banned
is
at this point.
defense made a good play on the ball. You're 100% right. No matter whose fault it is, it doesn't matter. But that turnover, that right there, you can't have that if you want to win a game against
And
a
you
team like the
paid
Eagles.
Travis Kelce. He's still got to make the play regardless.